Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. The upcoming Harry Potter reboot that is going to happen on television is going to be probably one of the most woke-infested nonsense we've seen in a long time. And I know that's saying a lot considering that the Rings of Power is something that actually exists. But I'm telling you right now, the Harry Potter show that is coming out, that is going to be rebooted, it is going to be a woke-infested nightmare. I've been saying this for a long time, and I said it on Saturday Night Hypnosis recently when we were streaming last week, so if you guys want to check out our streams, please make sure you come by 8 p.m. every single Saturday, but it's going to be a woke-infested nightmare. I can almost guarantee you, and I've been saying for the longest time that Hermione obviously is going to be race-swapped to be black, and then the Weasleys will probably be black as well because they are gingers, and all of this is going to be signed off by J.K. Rowling because regardless of what people say about her being anti-trans or whatever, she's one of the wokest people on this planet. Now we have a headline here from Inside the Magic that says the Weasleys may be portrayed by actors of color in the Harry Potter reboot. So ladies and gentlemen, this is something that when I saw the headline, I'm like, I told you so. I knew it. I knew this was going to be a thing. And if this article is indeed true, I would not be surprised. So let's get into the article, guys, from Inside the Magic. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So it says the Weasley family may be portrayed by actors of color in the Harry Potter reboot. It's hard to ever imagine a time when the Harry Potter franchise was controversial, but these days it's tricky to bring it up in conversation without the likes of Johnny Depp's infamous trial, Ezra Miller's assault allegations, or J.K. Rowling's divisive tweets being mentioned. Even the opening world game, Hogwarts Legacy 2023, carries its fair share of dark magic. There is nothing controversial about Hogwarts Legacy. The only reason it's controversial is because the trans people made it controversial. They're the ones who went after the game because it is obviously funding J.K. Rowling. Even if it's only slightly, it is still giving her some money, and they hate that idea. They hate the fact they want to separate Harry Potter from J.K. Rowling. That is something they're never going to be able to succeed from. The only way that's going to happen is if she passes away, but I guarantee you she's going to pass it down to someone who is not going to let these crazy trans people take over Harry Potter as much as they want to. It says for a long time the future looked uncertain for the Wizarding World, owing thanks to the failure that was a Fantastic Beasts spin-off trilogy. Thankfully, between the fans-pleasing video game title and an upcoming television series, the past year has seen Harry Potter find its feet again, so there may be plenty of magic yet to come from this beloved IP. Earlier this year, Warner Bros. Announced that a Harry Potter television series is in development, one that will reboot the 8 films in the series and be more faithful adaptation of the 7 Harry Potter books by author J.K. Rowling. Never. That is never happening. You cannot convince me. I'm telling you, man, the chances of this happening is like 5%. I'm going to give it 5%, only because J.K. Rowling obviously is very obsessed with her works, and she's going to make sure it's done correctly. But even so, it's a 5% chance of happening because the other 95% is going to be controlled by Warner Brothers, and they are going to want to instill so much identity politics into this nonsense. Everything about Harry Potter is going to be considered problematic. It's not going to be anything worthwhile. I am not holding my breath, and I'm telling you, like we mentioned on Saturday Night Hypnosis, I don't have apathy for the Harry Potter brand. I still actively love and enjoy the Harry Potter brand. So I'm going to be highly upset when we see this television show come out, and there is a 95% some odd chance that this show is going to be absolute garbage. And I know this is going to be a thing. And I'm hoping, there is a small part of me that I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case, only because I still love this brand. But I'm telling you right now, Warner Brothers is going to do some ungodly things with this brand. It says, as such, the new HBO series will be unrelated to the 8 films Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, etc., etc., etc. You guys know the name of the movie. While some fans are excited to see the Harry Potter story spread across 7 seasons, each one dedicated to one of the books, which will allow for storylines and character development that never made it to the silver screen, there are many who are against the idea, whether it's because reboots of beloved properties are often frowned upon, or because J.K. Rowling, who remains a highly controversial figure, is executive producer. It's no mystery that Rowling has upset the trans community and beyond on several occasions in recent years due to her views on gender identity. As such, many fans have parted ways with Harry Potter as they don't wish to support someone they consider to be transphobic or a TERF, which means trans-exclusionary radical feminist. Well, the funny thing is, there really isn't that many people that have left the IP, okay? Like, it's very clear with the success of Hogwarts Legacy that there is a lot of people that still support Harry Potter. 100%. They're trying to make it seem as if there's so many people that have left this brand. This isn't the MCU, ladies and gentlemen. The MCU is completely bombing right now. You can see it with the Marvels. The numbers are unbelievably abysmal. All jokes aside, the numbers are so bad that they're almost hitting like Morbius level bad, okay? That's how bad the Marvels is doing in an MCU film. So that goes to show that people have completely checked out of the MCU. But that's not the case with Harry Potter. Harry Potter is still going very strong, unbelievably strong, and Harry Potter merchandise sells like hotcakes. So you cannot convince me that so many people have supposedly left the brand. I don't believe that. Harry Potter is not quite on that level of apathy. It says, but regardless of what you may think of Rowling's views, Harry Potter seems to have become more diverse recently. The open world video game Hogwarts Legacy features many diverse characters, including a transgender bartender at Hogsmeade 3 Broomsticks named Serona Ryan, played by transgender actress Rebecca Root. That said, the game was boycotted in the months leading up to its release due to its affiliations with Rowling. A popular gaming forum even banned it from being mentioned. Unsurprisingly, it still became one of the highest grossing video game titles of the year. And yet, even though, and I call this too, even though it's one of the most highly grossing video games of all time, especially in modern time, this game is nowhere to be seen in the Game of Year awards. It's nowhere to be found because we knew that they were never going to nominate this game. That probably should have at least contended. I'm not going to say it should have won, but it definitely should have been a contender. But they're not going to nominate it. They're not going to nominate it. They're never, these woke freaking gaming shows are never, ever going to nominate Hogwarts Legacy. It was just never going to be a thing. They're going to have to just stick with their financial success because they're never going to have any type of award success. And you know what? I'd rather take the financial success. It says, going back even further than Hogwarts Legacy, the West End stage play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child cast the Eswani-born actress Noma Dumezweni as an older version of Hermione Granger. Since then, the character has been played by a number of non-white actors, whether in London or in other versions of the play, such as Broadway. And this is the primary reason, ladies and gentlemen, that I know for a fact that they are going to race swap Hermione in the upcoming TV show. It's because they've already done it, all right? I've talked about this many times in many different videos. They have used Hermione as a diversity poster child whenever they want to remake this show or come out with sequels, prequels, whatever. They use it. They use her to do it. So she is going to absolutely be a diverse character. Whether she's black or whether she's something else, I'm not really sure. But she will most likely be black, given the whole scenario, what's going on right now. In 2016, Rowling was accused of jumping on the bandwagon, a term that has now been replaced by the word woke, for casting an actor of color to play a character long established as white. However, the author insisted that Hermione's ethnicity and skin color are never revealed in the books, despite readers calling out the line, Hermione's white face was sticking out from behind a tree from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Again, ladies and gentlemen, how many times do I have to say it? J.K. Rowling is one of the most ultimate woke people on this planet. The fact that these trans people won't even give her the time of day simply because she came against one thing regarding their ideology is insane, because she would literally agree with them on everything else. She would be your biggest ally when inserting identity politics into her own IP. She absolutely would, because she's already doing it even though people hate her. So imagine if people loved her, what she would be able to do and how much identity politics she would be able to spin. But yes, she's trying to convince you that Hermione Granger was never revealed to be any sort of ethnicity or race. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Seriously? There is multiple different lines where you describe what Hermione Granger looked like. You mean to tell me that now you want to switch it up? Okay. It's very clear why you're doing that. So it says, following the announcement of the Harry Potter reboot, Warner Brothers said that it's making a concerted effort to make the HBO television series as diverse as possible. This likely stems from recent criticisms of the film series for not having enough representation. Earlier this year, Marvel star Anthony Mackie blasted films telling Inverse, Harry Potter had no effing black friends. Frodo walked across the entire universe and never met a black dude. I want to see Frodo in the hood, which if I ever do a Saturday Night Live, it's going to be a skit I'm going to do. I don't want to see Frodo in the hood. The whole point of Frodo is the fact that he's not a real person. And that's the thing. It's all mythology. It's all based on European lore, to be honest with you. And now you want to co-opt it into this whole identity politics nonsense. This is why things that are remade go into the shitter. Is because you're not making it with a place of passion. You're making it with a place of fake representation. That's what you're really focused on. You're focused on trying to pretend like you were always there when you never were. And that's the biggest problem plaguing us today. So if they do race swap the Weasleys, I will not be surprised, considering that they are ginger and the ginger side is an absolute real thing. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.